So our today's topic is cyanobacteria. So what is this cyanobacteria? So this cyanobacteria is also called as a blue-green algae. So today's our topic is cyanobacteria. So what is this cyanobacteria? So this cyanobacteria is group of a photosynthetic bacteria, which is also called as a blue-green algae, or it is also called as a blue-green bacteria. It represents a group of photosynthetic organism, and they are the group which mediate the photolysis. So these are the organism which is which plays a major role in the evolution of the higher plants. So this cyanobacteria possesses a thallus range of various, that is a unicellular, colonial to filamentous, then the branch filamentous condition. So based on there, they are classified. Then next is that they are the photolithoautotrophs. So what is meant by photolithoautotrophs? So photo means they use the light energy source. Litho means the hydrogen or electron donor is the inorganic in nature, and the carbon source is CO2. So this is called as a photolithoautotrophs. There are the two types of the autotrophs are present. First one is a photolitho and second one is a photoheteroautotrophs. So what is the difference in between them? So in photoheteroautotrophs, the hydrogen and electronic source is the organic, and the carbon source is the organic carbon. Whereas in photolithotrophs, CO2 is a serve as a carbon source. Okay. Then this is a group organism that can do the nitrogen fixation. Then they are also called as a blue-green algae. And then next is that the type of the pigments are present in them. Okay, that is a photosynthetic pigments. So there are the different photosynthetic pigments are present. For example, in the cyanobacteria, chlorophyll A is present. But there are the some example or types of the cyanobacteria in which chlorophyll B and chlorophyll D is also present. Then they also possess the carotenoids. Then two types of the phycobilins, that is a phycocyanine and phycoerythrin is also present in between them. Then there next is their occurrence. So they ubiquitously present in all types of the environment like fresh water, salt, marshes, hot springs, tree trunks, sea water, moist rock, frozen water, and the moist soil. Then next is that their classification. So depending upon their nature of the cell, so means nature of the thallus, then their mode of the reproduction, then their range of the GC, G plus C content, and the here example is given. So cell type means nature of the thallus, mode of reproduction, then range of GC. So as we know in G plus C, okay, there is a three bonds are present, where in AP there the two bonds are present. So GC take the higher time to break the bond, okay, to differ from each other or separate, not we can say differ to or to separate from each other. So when organisms are classified at that type, there are this one criteria selected, that is the range of GC. So this is how much time they take to separate the G, that is a guanine from the cytosines. Okay. So first cell is the unicell or aggregate. Okay. So this is the first type of the cell in which there is a binary fission or budding is the mode of the reproduction, and the range of GC percentage is 335 to 71. And here examples of the represent given. For example, Cyanococcus, then the Cyanococcacytosis, then Gleobacters, Gloeaceae, and Gleocapsa. This is important for the MCQ questions. Okay, so this is a section 1. Okay, this is section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5. So what is this section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5? So for the identification of the bacteria, there is a one universal manual is used. That manual is called as a Burgess manual. In that Burgess manual, all these is given by the different sections. Actually, there are the different volumes of this manual. That is the volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4. So volume 1 is the group of the bacteria. Okay, in volume 1, Burgess manual volume 1, they are given all the information of the identification of Archaebacteria, Cyanobacteria, green phototrophs, and the deep branching genera. Second is the volume 2. So in volume 2 of the Burki's manual, all the information regarding the identification of the proteobacteria is given. Then volume 3 is the low GC gram positive information of the or identification test of the all low GC gram positive bacteria is given. In volume 4, high GC gram positive bacteria information is given. And in last volume, that is the volume 5. In volume 5, information regarding the plantocytomycetes, spirochetes, fibrobacteria is given. So in that book, volume 1, information of the cyanobacteria is given. So that book is again divided into 5 sections. Okay, if you open that manual, okay, so there is a one section of the cyanobacteria is given. So again there are the subsections is given. So all the information regarding the unicells or aggregate cyanobacteria is mentioned in section 1. Then all the information of the unicells or aggregate, but the mode of the reproduction is the multiple and GC percentage is the 38 to 40%. So all that type of the bacteria, they are summarized in section 2. Likewise that they are given all the information, okay, of the filamentous bacteria, but they possess the mode of the reproduction by the Hermogonia. It is a one type of the organelle of, present in the cyanobacteria. Then some bacteria, there is a different organelles are present for the reproduction like the actinids, then the hermocyst, etc. So this is the classification of the cyanobacteria. Okay. Next is that their morphology. So they are various in their shape and appearance. Then their diameter is from 1 to 10 micrometers. Then they may be as a present unicellular as a filamentous. So when they are present in the filamentous form, that they are called as the trichomes. Okay. Then they may be branch or unbranched. Then the trichomes are a row of a bacterial cell that are close in contact with one another over the large area. Then this trichos filamentous, again, there are the different types of filamentous. So first one is the homocystous, which is undifferentiated. And the example of the cyanobacteria, that is the Oxytolaria, okay, in which homocystous trichome filamentous is present. Then second one is the heterocystous. So in heterocystous is a group of cyanobacteria in which filament is a differentiated having the heterocyst. Okay, and the example is the nostoc. Then spirulina has a spirally coiled filament. Then next is that they have the gliding movement they used. Why? Because they do not possess a flagella, and because of absence of flagella, they move from one location to another by the mechanism of the gliding movement. Then next is here there are different structures are given. So here you can see trichomes. Okay, then here apical cells are present. Then here vegetative cells are present. Here heterocysts are present. Then next is their cellular structure. So as we know that they are the photosynthesis. Okay, so why they are photosynthesis? Because the photosynthesis apparatus or organelle is present in them. Okay, so that is called as a thylakoid membrane. Okay, so this thylakoid membrane component which composed of the carboxysomes, then the glycogen granules, then the cyanophysin granules, lipid bodies, and the polyphosphate bodies. Okay, then the cyanobacterial cells are more elaborated and larger than bacteria. Then next is the typically prokaryotic cell structure, then DNA is present in them. Then the ribosome is the 70S. Then they are the one envelope organization with the peptidoglycan. Then they also present the membrane bound structures. So which membrane bound structures are present in them? So endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, staph vacuoles, and plastids. So these all membrane bound organelles are absent in cyanobacteria. Then the cell wall is made up of the four layer, which is made up of the peptidoglycan. So here ultrastructure of the cyanobacteria is given. You can see here sheet is present. Then here gas vacuoles are present. Then here phycobilisomes are present. Then here photosynthetic apparatus thylakoids is present. Here DNA. Then the carboxysomes, ribosomes, then the cyanophysis and cell wall is present. So what are the functions of these organelles? So first one is the sheet. So this sheet is also called as a mucilage sheet. So the cells and filaments of the most cyanobacteria are generally surrounded by the mucilaginous sheet, whose thickness and pigmentation, consistency and nature is greatly influenced by the environmental factor. Means what? So this structure of the sheet is depend upon the in which environment this cyanobacteria is growing and present. Then next is that the cell wall. So the cell wall is lies between the plasma membrane and the mucilage sheet. So here you can see second layer, okay, dark black color. This is the cell wall, okay, which is present in between the plasma membrane and the mucilage sheet. Like the bacteria, peptidoglycan is the present in the cell wall of the cyanobacteria. Then it is there are the four layers of the cell wall are present. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here four layers of the cell wall are present. Then there is a next organ is present, that is the plasmodesma. So it is known as a connection, okay, or it is connected with the or what is the function of plasmodesma? So each of which connected with the one by the plasmodesma. So this plasmodesma is the main bridge between to connect these four cell wall to each other. Okay. So next is that in cell wall of the cyanobacteria, peptidoglycan is present, but there is another component is present. So this component is called as a diaminopimelic acid. It is important for MCQs also. Okay. So cell wall of the cyanobacteria is composed of from the peptidoglycan and the diaminopimelic acid. Then next is the plasma membrane. So this plasma membrane is the thickness is 70 Angstrom. Then it lacks the sterols like such as a cholesterol. Okay. Then next is that the cytoplasm. So this cytoplasm means what? This internal structure. Okay. So cytoplasm possesses the Golgi bodies, then the chloroplast, mitoplasm, endochondria. Sorry. So the cytoplasm of the cyanobacteria, okay, they lacks the chloroplast, mitochondria, and the endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi bodies. But they possess the photosynthetic apparatus, ribosomes, then large number of subcellular inclusions such as the glycogens, alpha granules, phosphate bodies, polyhedral body, and the pigments. Then next is the photosynthetic apparatus. So this thylakoid is present, okay, and which possesses the different pigments. Then ribosome, which is 70S in nature. And then glycogen or alpha granules. So what is the functions of these glycogen or alpha granules? So these glycogens, so this dotted structure, okay. So these glycogens and alpha granules are the side of the storage of excess photosynthetic product. It is also important for the MCQs. So these glycogen and the alpha granule, so they are site for the storage of excess photosynthetic product. Then photophosphate granules are present. Then the polyhedral bodies are present. So in this polyhedral body, enzyme ribulose 1,5-diphosphate is present. Okay. Then here you can see this is the cyanophycin. So these granules, which are what are the character of this granule? So they are the nitrogen rich environmental produce structure, okay, and they are made up of the arginine and aspartic acid. Then next is the genetic material, that is the naked DNA. So here you can see this is a naked DNA is present. Then the plasmids. So plasmids are also present in the cyanobacteria. So this is the ultrastructure of the cyanobacteria. Next is the mode of the reproduction. So cyanobacteria employ the variety of the mechanism with respect to reproduction, which include binary fission, budding, fragmentation, multiple fission. Then the fragmentation of filamentous cyanobacteria from the small motile figment is carried out. So that particular organ is called as a Hermogonia. I already told you during the classification of the cyanobacteria. So they are reproduced by the fragmentation mechanism with the help of the special organelle, and that organelle is called as a Hermogonia. Then the some cyanobacterial species develop the actinids. What is mean by these actinids? So these are the specialized thick-walled dormant resting cells that protect the organism in unfavorable condition, like the spore. Okay. So when there is a favorable condition, the actinids germinate and form the new bacteria. Then the cyanobacteria lack the enzyme alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, and thus they do not have the fully functional citric acid cycle. So this organelle now we are going to discuss one by one. So first one is that heterocyst. So what is this heterocyst? So this heterocyst is an advanced filamentous present in some cyanobacteria, for example, Anamena. Then what is this structure? So it is a cyst-like structure, okay, present. So these heterocysts develop from the normal vegetative cells, and particularly in a condition when there is a deficiency of the ammonia or NO3, NH3 or the NO3. So at that time, to be the side of the, they are also play the major important role for the nitrogen fixation. Then they also important for the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen to ammonia, okay, and they also helpful for the reproduction. So here you can see the heterocyst, okay, which is present in the vegetative cells. Then one more point I'm going to I want to tell you that about the actinids. So what is this actinids? So these most filamentous cyanobacteria develop the pre-nurturing structure in adverse condition. So these structure are larger than the vegetative cells, are equipped with a thick wall, and it is called as actinids. And when favorable condition return, they germinate and they result in the formation of the new filament. So that is called as actinids. Then for the mode of reproduction, they also use the Hermogonia. So what is this Hermogonia? So this is all in which types of bacteria they are present. So this Hermogonia is present in all filamentous cyanobacteria, and present in the filament, that is also called as a present in the trichomes, okay. And when they are reproduce the cyanobacteria, okay, by the fragmentation mechanism, at that time they cut into the short pieces, and each piece consists of the 5 to 15 number of the cells. So this is all about the cyanobacteria. Now what are the economic importance? So first is that for the reclaiming, okay, of the soil. So how? So nostoc Anamena is the major play the important in the nitrogen fixation. So they help in the reclaiming of the soils. Then this blue green algae is used for the aquatic animal as a source of food. Then spirulina is used for the human consumption. Then for the production of the SCPs. Similarly, nostoc is also used in China Okay, they may ask the question, spirulina is used in dash dash countries. So it is used in Africa, whereas a nostoc is used in China. Then there is an extract of the lignaria is a serve as a source of the antibiotic. Then there are the several species of the cyanobacteria are used to prevent the growth of the mosquitoes. For example, Anabaena, Olosoria are used. Then the some cyanobacteria produce the some toxins which may be very harmful to the aquatic animals. So they are also important for the production of the toxin. And here example of the subgroup of the cyanobacteria which are used for that purpose is given. For example, Microcystic aeruginosa, Anabaena, Flosac acqui.